Hello, and welcome to Speech Time with Miss McDonald. Hey guys, I miss you. I hope you're doing well. Let's make sure that we're continuing to grow in our areas that we've already made great gains on. I have a lesson for you today that we've done a little bit before, and we're just going to continue to grow with it, okay? So let's get right to it. First, what you're going to need is a writing utensil. I need you to get something you can write with. Preferably, I would like you to have a pencil. If you choose to type this, that's fine too. We're just going to do whatever it takes to get to where we need to go. You also need paper, because we're going to do a little bit of sentence writing towards the end. So, we're going to go over our favorite nouns, verbs, and adjectives. If you remember, we did this activity where we practiced the adjectives and we tasted the different items that I had and we talked about them and described them. We're going to do that again today, and we're going to build upon it and then do some sentence writing, okay? So first and foremost, nouns. Nouns. I want you to take out your piece of paper and I want you to write the word nouns on one side, and I want you to write the word verbs on the other side. I'm going to bring it closer so you can see the spelling. Nouns, N-O-U-N-S. I know my handwriting is atrocious right now. I'm sorry. And you're going to write the word verbs on the other side. We're making what's called a table. You're going to write or underline nouns and verbs, and then you're going to write a line right down the center. You're making a chart. You're making a chart. So, on this side, we're going to be writing down our nouns. And I said that a noun is a person, a place, or a thing. So, within the screen that you're looking at right now, can you name a person? A person. If you said Miss McDonald, then you're right. I am a person. You can also touch yourself, because you are a person. Look around you. Who's in your household right now? They are all people. A noun is a person, a place, or a thing. So on my list, I'm going to write myself because I'm the one who's in here right now. So I'm going to put Miss McDonald. I'm writing the person. That's my first example. But I'm also going to think about some other people that I can think of on the top of my head who are people. One person that stuck out to me was Rihanna. So I put Rihanna under my nouns because she's a person. Who else can we think of right now? Look around you. Who's there? Think of somebody in your life or somebody on television that you are really interested in and put them on your list for people. I'm going to give one more. What about Oprah? Oprah. That's another person that I named. Put Rihanna and Oprah. Very powerful women. All right. I want you to make sure you're writing this down because at the end, Ms. McDonald is going to ask your family to take a picture of what you've written and send it to me so that I can support you in any way that you need if you are not understanding what nouns are. Now we've done the person. I'm going to draw a little stick figure because that's the people. Let's think about the next part of a noun, which is a place. A place. Right now, the government has said we need to stay in the house. So what place are we in? We're in the house. So I'm going to write house because that's a place. Where else can you go? Right now, we typically would have these types of lessons where? Do we have them in our house all the time? No. We go to school. We go to school. That is a place, school. I know many of you would really, really, really like to be outside. If you were outside right now, where would you go? That's a place. Where would you go? I know that I would go to a park. I would like to just go walk outside at the park. So here are my places: a house, a school, and a park. I want you to write 3 places as well because that's a part of our nouns. A person, a place, and the last one is a thing. That's my really cool interpretation of a ball. It's nice, isn't it? It's a ball. So, things are all around us. I want you to just take a peek of what's in your environment right now. What do you see around you? And write down 3 things. Right now, around me, I see a trash can. So I'm going to put trash can. I also see a lamp because I need that at night. I can't see in here without it. I also see a mirror. So take your time and write down the things that you see. Things that you see. Things can be shoes. Things can be a measuring tape. Things can be a wig. Things can be a scarf. These are things. A noun is a person, place, or a thing. All right. I'm going to give you some examples. I want you to write down what you see. I'm going to give you some examples. I want you to write down what you see. Miss McDonald is a... Write your answer down. I'm a what? We're talking about nouns. I'm a... I'm not going to tell you. Write it down. This is a... What is it? Remember, we're talking about nouns. Nouns are a person, place, or a thing. What do you even call this? Write it down under your nouns list. Where is this? Is this a person, place, or a thing? And last, something I'd really like to eat right now. Okay, I won't eat it. I won't eat it. What is it? Is it a person, place, or a thing? What is it? Write it down right now. Tell me if it's a person, place, or a thing. Now that we're done with that part, let's move on to verbs. Verbs, verbs, verbs. When I think about verbs, I think about this word. Go, 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 go. Verbs are action words. Verbs are action words. So when we're talking about verbs, we're talking about something that we're doing. Think about your body. What are you doing right now? Are you standing? Are you sitting? Are you clapping? Are you singing? These are verbs, things that you do. So I'm going to show you some pictures, and I want you to write down the verb. Let's do it together. Remember, these are things on the go. The first picture is of this nice lady. What's she doing? We do it all the time when we're on our phones. What do you call this? It's a verb. She is texting. She is texting on her phone. Texting. Texting is a verb. That is something that you do. So let's write that down under the verbs list. Texting. She's texting. T-E-X-T-I-N-G. Texting. She's texting. Ooh, let's see our next picture. What is going on here? Ooh, I know this one. What are they doing? Looks like they're rocking out. What are they doing, though? What's the word that we would call this? Write it down on your list. I'm going to write it down, and I want you to write it down. Tell me what they're doing. If you wrote down singing, then you're right. That's the verb we're looking for. They are singing. Let's do another one. What about this one? What's this guy doing? I've never even done this before. I hope to do it one day. What's he doing? This looks like a boogie board or a surfboard. What will we call what he's doing? I would say maybe he's, I'm gonna write it down, you write it down too. Surfing! Surfing! I think he's surfing. Okay? So now I want you to think about something that you'd really like to do right now. I'm gonna write down like 2 things I'd really like to do right now. Okay? Make them verbs. You might say, hey, I'd really rather be watching TV. Hey, that's a verb, watching. You could say, I really would rather be listening to music. Listening, that's a verb. So I would like to be, one, here's my second one. All right, I hope you have 2 as well. I wrote down, I would really like to go swimming. I really would love to go swimming right about now. I want to swim in the big blue ocean and be at the beach. That would be great. And my next one, I said I'd really like to be reading. I'm reading a book right now that I really like. So I would like to be swimming or reading. These are verbs that I'd like to practice doing right now. Now let's look. The verbs we've written down were texting, singing, surfing, swimming, and reading. These are all things that we can do. We've written down nouns, which is a person, a place, or a thing. And we've written down verbs. Things like texting, singing, surfing, swimming, laughing, eating. These are verbs, things we can do with our bodies. Kicking, jumping, dancing, whatever you can think of. You can do these things with your body. These are verbs. All right, guys. Now, we're going to move on to our adjectives. Adjectives. We have gone over adjectives extensively. Remember, when we're talking about adjectives, we are thinking about our senses. What are your 5 senses? All right, let's label them. I want you to put them at the top of your paper, just like we did before. We're going to make a chart. We are talking about how something looks. So I put these eyes. You can draw the picture too if you'd like. I'm talking about how something smells. So you can draw a nose and write the word smell. I'm talking about how something tastes. So I could draw lips and write the word taste. I'm talking about how something sounds. So I can draw an ear and write the word sound. I'm also talking about how something feels. So I can draw a hand or write the word feel. Then you're going to underline it. If there's ever a point when I'm going through this video and you need to catch up, stop the video, pause it so that you can catch up and keep writing. This is so you can go at your pace. So if you need to pause the video, if you need to pause it to think about what you want to say or write, you can do that. This is a perfect time for you to take a little bit of information, really absorb it and understand it, and then keep going, okay? So, that being said, we're gonna push on. And I have some tasty things that we're going to try to describe. Now, I have these things in my house. I did not know what you might have at your home, so we're gonna use mine to figure out what something might look like, smell like, taste like, sound like, and feel like. And then as a homework assignment for you, you're gonna do the same thing with what you have in your house, okay? So first up, let's try it out. My favorite, we're gonna look at, can you see it? I don't want it to spill. Chocolate pudding. Chocolate pudding. Let me get my spoon for this. Yes, chocolate pudding. I'm gonna have to eat all this up when we're done. So this is chocolate pudding. I'm going to think about how it first looks. How does chocolate pudding look? Take a peek. How would you describe it? When we're talking about adjectives, when we're describing, we can think about what it looks like by saying words like its color, its shape, okay? Let's talk about its color. What color is it? Can you see? It is green. It's brown. It's brown. What shape is it? Does it really have a shape? It's kind of formless. It takes whatever shape that we give it. I put it in a square bowl, so right now it's square. But it doesn't really have a shape. It's formless, right? So far, I named it as brown, and I'm going to put that it's shapeless. So we know that it's just goopy, and it can do whatever it wants to do. We give it its shape. It's shapeless. How do you think it smells? Have you ever tried chocolate pudding? When you eat chocolate pudding, what does it smell like? I'm going to take a whiff. Come on, smell it with me. Chocolate pudding smells like chocolate. So if you thought the word chocolate, you're in luck. So we're going to write chocolate. Chocolate. Chocolate pudding smells like chocolate. All right, I'm going to taste it now. The best part. Here I go, here I go, here I go. All right, let's take a guess. If it smells like chocolate, what do we think it's going to taste like? I hope you're not thinking banana, because it tastes like chocolate. Chocolate. It tastes like chocolate. Now let's think about what it sounds like. What does chocolate pudding sound like? Can you hear it? Right, because it doesn't really have a sound. But if I eat some more of it and I try to, it kind of slurps. You can slurp it. So I would say that it kind of sounds slurpy. Because when you slurp it up with your mouth, that's what it can sound like when you're eating chocolate pudding. How do you think chocolate pudding feels? I'm going to try here. Look. Do you think it feels hard or soft? Is it crunchy? Is it gooey or sticky or wet? You tell me. How does it feel? What do you think? Take a guess. I think chocolate pudding feels wet, gooey, and you know what? When it's stuck on my fingers for a long time, it feels sticky. So I gave many words for how it feels: wet, gooey, and sticky. If you need spelling help, make sure to ask your family members for spelling help. If not, just do your best. I'm going to help you with the first word, which is wet. W-E-T, and feels wet. All right. So this video is not too long. Let's keep going. I have more things for us to talk about. What about this one? Does anyone know what these are? Oops, hold on, you can't see it. Choop, choop. What's this called? These are Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops are cereal. So we're going to describe our cereal. First, we're going to talk about what it looks like. What do Fruit Loops look like? What shape are they? What color are they? Are they all the same color? Are they all the same shape? Describe it to me. Do they have multiple colors? Are they colorful? Are they dull? Are they bright? How does it look? Are they square? Are they round? Are they circular? Are they triangular? What does it look like? Write your answer. Fruit Loops. What do they look like? Let me write my answers down so we can compare. Fruit Loops are round. That means they're shaped like a circle. They're round. Fruit Loops are colorful. Fruit Loops are round and colorful. Most Fruit Loops are round and colorful. What do they smell like? Have you ever tried Fruit Loops? Let's see. I'm going to tell you what it smells like to me. It kind of smells fruity. It smells fruity and sweet. How does it smell? Fruity and sweet. So let's write it down. Fruity and sweet. Fruity and sweet. How do they taste? Now I know I don't like Fruit Loops, but for you guys, I will try it because it's learning, and I'll try their Fruit Loops for you, okay? I don't like them though. They're nasty to me. Oh yeah, still nasty. Okay. When you eat Fruit Loops, to me, it tastes sweet. What do you think? If you've had Fruit Loops before, tell me what you think it tastes like. It tastes sweet, and it also tastes kind of fruity. Fruity. So it smells and it tastes the same. How does it sound? When you bite into Fruit Loops, how does it sound? Is it a quiet food? Is it loud when you bite into it? Does it sound soft, or does it sound like it's kind of making some crackles? Let's try it again. Let's see if you can hear what it sounds like. To me, it kind of sounds crackly. So let's write that down. It makes some cracking sounds. It cracks. Crack, crack. It sounds crackly. And how do they feel? Well, let's touch it. When I'm touching a Fruit Loop, do you think it feels soft? I'm squeezing it. It's not really squishy like I did with the pudding. Do you think it feels hard? Oh, I crunched it. Yeah, it sounds a little crunchy to me. It feels crunchy. It feels rough. It also feels hard. So I'm going to write that down. It feels rough. It feels hard. And it feels crunchy. Pick one. Rough, hard, or crunchy. Now we've gotten the idea of how to compare and talk about the adjectives of our different foods. I'm gonna do one more, just one more, okay? This last one is actually one of my favorites. What's this? Can you tell me what this is? What shape is it? What color is it? What does it look like? To me, it kind of looks like the moon. So let's write down what shape it is. You go first. What shape is this fruit? I'm going to write down the shape I think it is. You do the same. Did you do it? Let's see. I wrote down that it was a half moon or a crescent shaped. Half moon or crescent shaped. Now let's think about how what is this called now? If you haven't guessed it already, it's called a lemon. What does a lemon smell like? Also, for how this looked, you can also talk about its color. I'm sorry, let's go back. This is also the color yellow. Lemons are typically yellow, not to be confused with limes that are green. Now this lemon smells like lemon. To me, it also smells like cleaning supplies, like Pine Sol, because it smells fresh. Lemon. Lemon smells like lemon. So I'm gonna write lemon under smell, lemon. Now here's the hard part. How does a lemon taste? Let me demonstrate. Ready? Mmm. Oh. My favorite. I love it. Can you guess how lemons taste? If you guessed sour, then you're right. Lemons are sour. We can also say bitter. I love sour tasting things, so lemons are sour. Think about your favorite sour candy that makes your face go. Lemons are sour. How does a lemon sound? When I bit into it, you know what it kind of sounded like to me? It has so much juice, it kind of slurps when I eat it. It sounds slurpy. But when it's just sitting, it doesn't make a sound at all. But when you eat it, it sounds very like I'm slurping because it's so juicy. So I'm gonna say slurp for how it sounds, because it makes a slurp when you eat it. How does a lemon feel? Let's think about it. I can touch the outside of a lemon, and it has small ridges on it, if you can see. And on the inside of the lemon, it's juicy and wet and soft. Juicy and wet and soft. So let's write that down. What does it feel like? Wet. It feels soft. It feels juicy. All of those. And on the outside, it's kind of like bumpy. So pick one. Soft, wet, juicy, bumpy. Those are all the things that I kind of would use to describe this lemon. Small ridges on the outside of it. It smells like lemon. All right, now we've made a whole chart using adjectives. Each one of these words help us to describe a noun. The lemon was a noun because it's a thing. Pudding is a noun because it's a thing. And we also describe Fruit Loops, which is a noun because it's a thing. Adjectives help us to describe these nouns. We talked about Fruit Loops and we said that they were colorful and round, fruity and sweet. We said that they made crackly sounds and they were rough and hard and crunchy. We also talked about pudding. It was brown and it made a slurp when you eat it, that it smells like chocolate and that it tastes chocolatey. And we also talked about lemon, how sour it is and it's yellow and it's kind of bumpy with the ridges on the outside and that it smells like lemon. So this is how we describe. When we describe, it makes our sentences more interesting, okay? So I'm actually gonna break this video up into two. You did enough for today. I've had you on here for at least 20 minutes, so let's take a break. The next video, we are going to take this lesson and we're going to write sentences. We're going to compare and contrast and write sentences based off of our chart here, okay? So let's stop here. I will hope that you wrote down your chart of nouns and verbs and adjectives. For homework, what I want you to do is take a picture of this and send it to me. I want you to describe 2 more foods. Go into your fridge, go into your mind and think about your favorite foods. And I want you to give me 2 more. 1 and 2. Oopsies. 1 and 2. And I want you to describe 2 more foods. Tell me what it looks like, it smells like, it tastes like, it sounds like, and it feels like. So you'll have 5 total. On this side, I want you to give me 3 more nouns, and I want you to give me 3 more verbs. 3 more nouns, 3 more verbs. All right, guys, I hope you're staying safe. Please keep your social distance. Make sure you're doing something fun for yourself, and please don't drive your parents crazy. They love you, but they're not used to this, okay? So don't drive them nuts. Give them a break. They're trying to help you practice your words and help you practice all this distance learning, okay? okay? I miss you guys. I hope you're very well. Bye.